Hi guys, welcome back to Unashamed Room 116, where we dive boldly into the Word of God, unfiltered, unpolished, unashamed, because God is unintimidated by our thoughts and our doubts. My name is Elena, and you're welcome to this episode. So today we're going through Job chapter 27 to 28, and like we have seen, Job is suffering deeply. He's lost money, kids, health, wealth. His friends, who are supposed to be comforting him, accuse him of hidden wickedness. Yet God has allowed this. But Job does not know why. Have you ever been in a situation where it feels like, by the way, where is God? Nothing like day in the life of a child of God. Everything feels ugly, painful, unfruitful. You're giving it your all, but it feels like you're planting dead seeds, or worse, planting weeds. Well, in this video, that is exactly what we're going to look at. We're going to look at what have we been doing wrong, because this is exactly what Job is talking about in Job chapter 27 to 28. He tells us about that one foundation that we all need. So we're going to be looking at the 4 steps to building that foundation. Step 1, faith. It says in verse 2 to 4, As God liveth, who hath taken away my judgment, and the Almighty who hath vexed my soul. All the while my breath is in me, and the Spirit of God is in my nostrils. My lips shall not speak wickedness, nor my tongue utter deceit. Complaining usually feels like second nature, like you're just sharing your opinions, airing out your grievances. But if you truly believe that everything will work out for your good, you would not be complaining. You would be rejoicing. You'd be saying, Oh God, this is such a beautiful story. I can see the plot. Like you'd be telling of His mighty works. So that means maybe you don't have faith. Maybe you actually don't believe that God is gonna work it out for you. And sometimes we believe, but then you ask yourself, okay, then why am I in this situation in the first place? Just like Job, God said that there was none righteous like him in the east. Then why was Job suffering in the first place? This brings us to step number 2. You know when you don't understand something, so you just sit there and do nothing. Just like Job, he didn't know what to do anymore because all he's been doing, it's been the right thing. He's been righteous all his life. All this time he's been doing the right things. But things were not working out. But sometimes something bad happening does not mean that you've been doing the wrong thing. Sometimes it's just Goliath showing up so that you can slay him and move to the next level. This calls for another muscle. Step 2, focus. As we've said, just because something bad is happening doesn't mean that you're doing the wrong thing. You need to be able to focus. Focus on the word, focus on what God said, and do that thing that God told you to do. Even when the circumstances don't look good, because sometimes bad things happening mean that you're actually in the right path. But in verse 13 to 23, Job tells us of this person who is doing the most. But let's see. It says, If his children be multiplied, it is for the sword, and his offspring shall not be satisfied with bread. Those that remain of him shall be buried in death, and his widows shall not weep. Though he heap up silver as the dust, and prepare raiment as the clay, he may prepare it, but the just shall put it on, and the innocent shall divide the silver. The east wind carrieth him away, and he departeth, and as a storm hurleth him out of place. No matter what this person does, it's bound to crumble. And that's because he lacks this one thing. Taking us to step 3, foundation. What is your foundation? Because God is the only firm foundation. The person we just read about is a man that was not built on God, and the Bible calls him a wicked man. What are you standing on? The Word? Because the Word gives us something we all need, something we're all looking for, the one thing that we're all looking for: wisdom. Wisdom guides our thoughts, guides our steps, guides our way. Wisdom tells us what to do, where to do it, why we should do it, and how to do it. But where shall wisdom be found? And where is the place of understanding? This brings us to step 4, the final step. Follow blindly. Man knoweth not the price thereof, neither is it found in the land of the living. The depth said, it is not in me, and the sea said, it is not with me. It cannot be gotten for gold, neither shall silver be weighed for the price thereof. Whence then cometh wisdom, and where is the place of understanding? Seeing it is hidden from the eyes of all living, and kept close from the fowls of the air. God understandeth the way thereof, and he knoweth the place thereof. If God told you, you'd have given up before you started. If Job knew that on the path of righteousness he'd have lost everything, he would not have the strength to go on. But future Job would say that it was worth it. God knows the cost, the price, the pain, and sometimes day in the life of the child of God is you seated calmly in the storm because Jesus is on the boat. So, what is wisdom? Job 28:28. It says, and unto man he said, behold, the fear of the Lord, that is wisdom, and to depart from evil is understanding. That one foundation that we all need is the fear of the Lord. I hope you were blessed by this video. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and leave a comment down below on which of these 4 F's do you need to strengthen right now. Until next time, come curious, come messy, come unashamed. Bye bye.